So for this recipe, you would need flour, all right, regular flour. Normally I use breadcrumbs, but I didn't have that, so I substituted with cornmeal, right? But I would recommend use the the breadcrumbs because it tastes better. For my spices, I use turmeric, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. I think onion and garlic powder, just like black pepper, is essential. Everybody should have that in your cabinet. Then I also added some chili powder, paprika. The paprika honestly don't do nothing, it's just for color. Oh, and then cornstarch, I almost forgot. This is very essential for this recipe. And then the paprika, as mentioned before. And last but not the least, good old adobo. Alright, the adobo part is not necessary, but just for a little spice. So normally I don't add salt to this mixture, that's why I add adobo. Most of these seasoned salts normally have a lot of sodium in it. All right, and the fish that I'm using is the flounder, already deboned and everything. I allowed it to defrost overnight, and here I'm over here checking whether there is any bone. I know it's already deboned, but sometimes it's good to check, right? And this is the brand that I used. So you need a cup of flour, about 3/4 cup of the cornmeal. Again, use breadcrumbs. I can't emphasize this enough. It tastes better with the breadcrumbs, but I didn't have that, so I had to substitute it. Technically, I just used whatever I had in my cabinet because I didn't feel like going out. And then a teaspoon of the cornstarch. Now, most people who fry fish and stuff use like egg wash, and I skip that. I don't like using egg wash in my fish or anything of that sort. And here you see me adding my spices. Personally, I do not measure all my spices. I like to eyeball what I'm doing. I call it adding my seasoning until the ancestors whispers that it's enough. All right, I'm African. You eyeball your seasoning. Nobody's actually measuring your seasoning. And mind you, food actually tastes better when you wing it. All right, cooking, unlike bacon, doesn't require precision. You want your food to taste differently every time you make it. I don't want to taste the same thing all the time. So today I might add something that brings a little oomph. Next day I probably do something else that will make it taste a little different. Cooking is an experiment. You have to enjoy cooking. All right, so here I'm mixing up my ingredients and dabbing the excess water off the fish again, and then set it to the side. Then I will setting it to the side, stuck to the paper towel a little bit. Okay, so here what I'm doing that I didn't show you guys was I actually sprinkled the fish with a little salt and a little bit black pepper, right? As you notice, I didn't add salt to the flour and the cornmeal mixture that I made because the seasoned salts and stuff, or technically most of them have a lot of sodium in it. Okay, but to attain the flavor, you just need a little sprinkle of salt, a little black pepper, and I also washed it with lemon. I didn't show that part on camera, but I did that before. I dabbed it with the paper towel and everything. So here you see me coating the breading with the fish with the breading, and then I have a batch already going. You want to fry it until it's crispy, that golden crispy finish to it. Yep, that looks really good. And then you set it aside, to drain the excess oil that's dripping off it. All right. Here you see me having a taste. Have to make sure it's thoroughly cooked. Nobody want to eat raw food out here. So, and I have my last batch going. And you don't have to. Some people use some kind of thermometer to check how hot their oil is. Listen, I'm African. If you sprinkle a little bit of water and you notice it's sizzling, you know it's good to go. Okay. So here I have my last batch going. As you can see, it looks good. This tasted good, but trust me, it tastes even way better with the breadcrumbs. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm just being too lazy to go to the grocery store to go get a breadcrumb. But cornmeal was a good substitute for today. All right, and I had already filmed it. I didn't feel like going out to purchase the breadcrumb just to refilm this whole thing again. Anywho, substitute with breadcrumbs. So now, normally I like to have this with toasted bread. The reason as to why is I don't like, because of the sauce and stuff that I add, I hate soggy bread, right? So if you don't mind that part, you can skip toasting. And yeah, I'm topping my toasted bread with some cabbage, basically the mixture that they use for coleslaw. It's already made. I think it has like carrots. Not even think, I know it has carrots and cabbage. It's mostly cabbage. And then next, I'll be topping this with my flounder fish that I just fried. All right. And I also cut up some onions and tomatoes. Do as you desire. Build up the sandwich with all the vegetables that you like. Personally, if I had green peppers, I love green peppers, I add those as well. But today I only had onions and tomatoes, so I added that. And then for the condiments, you can use mayo for it, but personally, I prefer to use tartar sauce, all right? I feel like fish and tartar sauce go hand in hand. They are like two peas in a pot. Whoever came up with that combination definitely knew what they were talking about or knew what they were up to, okay? It tastes better that way. It tastes way better than anything else that I've had with fish. Tartar sauce, that's the go-to, okay? So here I have my other slice of toasted bread, coating it with my tartar sauce, and then finishing up what I've built. Voila! This with a glass of chilled Mountain Dew. You have no idea how good this is, man. No idea. And here I have the final product, okay? And as always, thank you for tuning in. And if you're new on here, welcome to the tribe. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'll be posting more videos soon. Thank you and have a lovely day. Bye bye.